Welcome to DeaconsTable Mini-Adventures, set in the mystical and diverse world of Foreverland, or as the elves call it, Oyala Endor, specifically in the enchanting Middlelands and the mysterious Mistwood Forest. These one-shot adventures are designed for both seasoned adventurers and newcomers alike. Each session is a self-contained story packed with exploration, creative problem-solving, and thrilling challenges, allowing players to dive in without long-term commitments. With a revolving cast of players from our DeaconsTable Discord community, every adventure brings fresh faces, unique characters, and unexpected twists. Tailored for 2-hour sessions and adaptable for 4 players, by default, the mini-adventures scale dynamically to match group size and character levels. Whether you're navigating arcane ruins, braving treacherous groves, or confronting ancient foes, every session weaves a new tale in the ever-growing tapestry of Foreverland. These adventures will be available for sale on our Patreon page.
Hey, all you role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. Let me get my camera a little bit adjusted here, and my apologies for the late start. We are, unfortunately, I had lasagna for dinner, which is a good thing, but it just wasn't ready on time. I will be going through and introducing you to the players momentarily, but in the meantime, I want to welcome everybody to Mini-Adventures. This is episode number 18. It has been probably a few weeks since we have done a live stream, just because schedules were not lining up, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. So this evening we are going to be playing through the Crimson Vein mini adventure. It should take approximately 2 hours. Or give or take, you never know, depending on how smoothly everything goes. And well, that also depends on the players, but that's meant to be said. So without further ado, guys, I will introduce the players before I fully introduce myself, and tell you where you can become part of our community. So first and foremost, right to my immediate over there is Luca. Luca, who are you and who are you playing? And you are muted, just so you know. There you go.
Hi there. Yes, this is Jenny. I'm playing Luca Greycliff. She is currently a level 6 human forestborn warlock.
Excellent. And of course, then we have below Luca is Kale.
Hello, I'm Ace, and I'm playing Kale Thunderstride. I believe he is a wild knight. I don't know if he's wild knight or not now. He is a giant folk sorcerer of the fell-handed giant kind.
There you go. He is your character. You should at least know what you're playing. It might be a good idea, or good for a start.
I forgot his subclass for some reason. I haven't played him in a bit.
All right, and beside him we have, if I can remember the pronunciation, is Knockfin.
Knockfin Tarot. Knockfin Tarot is a turtle. He's a turtle storm sorcerer. He's weird and creepy looking, and he's got like a robe, and he wears like a walking stick, and he's like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, only like mixed with Splinter. So he's got like the hunch, but anyways, that's him. He's weird.
All right, and of course, I am. They call me Deacon. This is Deacon's Table. Welcome to the table. Deacon's Table, our community of Foreverland as well. You can find all of our stuff on the socials. Just follow our link bio banner, and that is right here. Follow the link bio to Deacon's Table. It'll take you to all of our socials, including our Discord link, so you can become part of our Discord community. Also can take you to our Ko-Fi pages, and so on and so on and so on. So again, we're just a bunch of nerds hanging out, doing geek speak, and having fun and supporting one another in this crazy, messed up world we're living in. So, also for the first time, again, we do stream on Twitch. We're also on YouTube on our DeaconsTable channel, but also for the first time, we are now also live on Kick on the DeaconsTable channel as well. So, welcome our Kick viewers there as well. Comments should be open for everybody. Hopefully, I can see them all and won't miss them. I do occasionally miss a few, but that's just the way it goes. I try not to. I do apologize. Don't feel left out. Don't feel slighted, unless you're being a jerk, and then I'll just ignore you anyway. So, with that, guys, I'm gonna just kind of set things up here. This group of players, for whatever reason, they are gathered in the town of Scarlet Haven. During a quiet moment between other duties and travels, perhaps. The red gold glow of Scarlet Grove filters through high windows. There's wind chimes throughout the town that kind of fill the air with almost like a very magical feeling in itself. The Crimson Hall is a place where community deliberation and magical artistry takes place. They've just finished a seasonal meeting at this point. So the Crimson Hall falls silent as the heavy doors swing open suddenly with a creak and a thud. Framed by crimson sunlight stands a young elf cloaked in moss green robes, breathless and flushed. In his trembling hands, he holds a length of pale bark etched with violet ruin that pulses faintly like a heartbeat. Forgive the intrusion, he says, bowing low before stepping forward. My name is Louis Thornleaf, apprentice to Grove Keeper Maristel. A mirror vein has surfaced near Whisper Deep Hollow. It's bleeding into the forest, and the circle won't be able to reach it in time. Please, I need your help. What are you guys doing? You guys are there, and you see this. I mean, everybody goes to these meetings, and being guests in town. Why
not? So I know, what is a mirror vein?
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay. I'll kind of lean over. I've got my cloak hood pulled over, and I've got my walking stick, a big, long 6-foot piece of oak, essentially. It's very gnarled and has creases and lines through it. It's got a little bit of a hook at the top. I'm going to kind of lean over to the next person next to me and say, what's a mirror vein?
Who would anybody?
Just
actually, make me a Arcana check.
Sure. I think I'm fairly good at those. Although I usually say that and then.
No, that's Kale. Kale make an Arcana check.
Yeah, actually, that's not bad. 17.
Yeah, you have a feeling that it's something magical.
Okay.
But Kale might know exactly what it is.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Are we all standing near each other, or?
Yeah, you're close enough that when the doors swing open, the room is kind of silent at this point, so you can overhear enough individuals.
I rolled a 23.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
You do know a mirror vein. Yes, it is like a magical conduit. Very similar to a part of the ley lines of the land, the magical ley lines. Very similar to what you would find beneath the Mistwood Forest with the Etherbloom there, but mirror veins are a little bit different. They're deeper and older, so they are usually hidden well below the surface. They're normally you don't even hear of such things, and the fact that this young fellow. This young elf has basically said a mirror vein has surfaced near Whisper Deep Hollow, which, again, Luca, Whisper Deep Hollow is not far. It's a small village community within the actual Scarlet Grove, not actually on our maps anywhere, but it's not too far from from Scarlet Haven, but it's definitely in the wood.
Okay. Kale would actually realizing what the mirror wave mirror main is. I can't talk today.
Mirror the crimson vein, and then it's the mirror vein. It's a vein like your veins in your arm.
Yeah, mirror vein. He actually he hears Knockfin talk and immediately forgets that Knockfin asked him a question and goes, I am going to go on this journey. I would like to explore the mirror vein for the ancient magics.
So even though Knockfin, you asked like a fellow that was beside you, and this large giant folk is kind of leaning over. Clearly, he must have heard you, but at the same time, he didn't answer your question, but did just say that he was going to go on this adventure to explore the mirror vein. Kind of like skipping over the fact that you'd asked what it really is. And the only thing, as I said, the only thing about this young elf that you really notice that he is kind of trembling a little bit, and that he does have that length of pale bark that is etched with the violet rune on it.
Oh, excuse me, I was choking there. Oh, wow.
Luca would stand up and say, well, what kind of help are you needing? What do you think is going to be done about this? What is needed?
He's just like, well, just kind of looking at you at first, and what would it be? Sorry, just checking to double check something here. I'm not sure what can be done, but mirror veins are dangerous if they surface. That's all I know, and I can make me either an intimidation or persuasion.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh.
16.
I can take you to where it is.
Are there monsters with the mirror vein? What exactly are we facing here?
Get close. I didn't go down there and get close enough to it.
All right, well, take us to the people that are nearby that can tell us what it is that needs done.
Well, that would be the circle, but the circle won't reach it in time. It'll be on the surface before the circle gets here.
Who's the circle?
Oh, so you want us to prevent this mirror vein? How do we do that?
If you're, I don't know. I'm just asking anybody, and most of the people, the townsfolk, have kind of. And you guys know that Scarlet Haven has kind of gone through some stuff as of late.
Yes.
And they've kind of trickled out around the edges. There's a few, elders kind of listening to what's going on. But you are the four that have engaged, or the three that have engaged this young fellow. Yes,
Knockfin's gonna poke the giant next to Kale. And he's going to say, hey, why are we trying to prevent shapes from getting into some veins? I don't understand what's going on.
This time I rolled an 18 for Arcana to see if I know the answer to that one.
No, it's, as I said, all you know is this normally long buried magical ley line has started coming towards the surface, and he's told you that it's bad.
Why are we trying to prevent a circle from getting to the thing?
It is usually not a good thing to have such ancient magic rising to the surface when it's
What-
much more better off buried.
I'm so confused.
I hate to do this to everybody, but I am going to let you guys talk amongst yourselves and kind of plan this out a little bit. I need to take a moment.
That's you do you. Yeah, nothing's
Sorry.
gonna be like, why are we trying to prevent shapes? And I mean, how are shapes attacking anything? This doesn't make any sense at all. This whole mission's crazy.
You need to bear in mind there are certain magics that can be used to create living spells, all kinds of
So,
weird things that normal people would find baffling.
so somebody's using magic to create circles that are attacking people?
Sometimes magic just does things on its own.
That's
The
I know a
circle
lot.
that he is referring to is a group of druids that are protecting the sacred grove. They call themselves the Grove-bound Circle.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were talking about like an actual circle, like a shape, and I was like, that doesn't really make a
It's like a
lot of
council.
sense because a circle is not
people.
like a.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
It's
like
like
a
a council
circle.
of people that
Okay.
are protecting the grove. They're druids and such.
Some would argue
That
they are a
makes a lot more
cult.
sense now. It's a good thing it's not a square, because then it would have like four sides, and squares are tougher to deal with than circles are. I
So
think.
for some reason he's come here to this meeting to see who can go stop this, because he thinks he can't reach the members of the Grove-bound
Well, heck,
Circle
I'll
in
go
time.
along. I can be pretty useful sometimes. I'm not just a pretty face, you know. Yeah. He's old. He's got like wrinkles, and he's got like a partial beard that's patchy.
Pretty face, that's it, huh? And that's why then did you so quick to volunteer going to help? What are your skills that you can bring to this?
Well, I got this really neat shell, and he turns around, and he's got like a really hard kind of shell on his back. I mean, like a turtle, so it's got a shell, but it's like an emerald green, and it's very pretty. This thing saved my life more times than I can count. It's crazy.
It's a very nice shell indeed, yes. Do you
Thank
have
you.
some magical knowledge, though, that you can fight or suppress this magic that's coming up from under?
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, mostly like lightning and what else can I do here? Lightning and cold stuff. It's pretty powerful, I think.
Good.
Combined with
I
my
have-
lightning and fire, we can do all kinds of things. Sorry,
Yes,
sorry.
Kale, I think
Hey,
before we
hey.
had one time where we worked together and we both saw that we each have some magic we can bring to bear in fighting this thing. So, is there no one else?
Oh, my goodness.
She looks around and nobody else stands or offers.
It's a small town, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, no better. We can endure with what we have.
I think we're a good group. Seems like it anyways. Of course, I don't know y'all, so maybe we're not a good group, but I guess you gotta experience things to find out, don't you?
Yep,
I'm willing to
that's
take a
right.
chance.
So she would try to get a little more information out of the messengers to if he knew anything more, but it seems like he just got told this to pass on and doesn't know much himself.
He said that he'd lead us to this place, so
Yes.
so that's a good thing. What else could I do? What's fun? I don't want to do anything just yet. Nothing just yet.
And so I guess they can head out following this gentleman to lead him back to where.
Yeah. Do we need anything from town first? Do you want to visit a shops or anything like that, or?
Luke has probably been hanging around there for a while and have no need of anything extra.
Okay, cool.
Kale would be like, I will be right
Yeah,
back.
I don't think-
I'm going to make sure to grab some potions.
I was gonna say, yeah, like we don't have anybody who can specifically. I mean, can any of us specifically heal, or are we just like relying on
Luca
our?
has a little bit.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. I do not.
2 healing potions.
Neither does Kale.
Not. So that's good to know. But yeah, I've got a couple of tricks on my sleeve. I'm half decent in a fight, so I've got a high AC too. Thanks for the turtle. The shell gives me an AC 17. So, sorry, yeah, go ahead. We're just chatting.
Yep. So you guys,
we decided to follow the guy who said he was going to lead us to the town.
Yeah, he bows to the three of you, and his voice softens a little bit, and it's still got a tremble to it. Thank you. Whisper Deep Hollow lies, well, it's about 2 hours away to the northeast through the woods, just beyond the old Spiral Grove. But the forest won't be kind to us. I mean, the Scarlet Grove has been very protective lately. It twists around the wound, but I can show you the way if it lets us.
Let's hope it lets us then.
So as you guys gather up, and now Lucas is gone. Is there anything in the town of Scarlet Grove you would like to stop and pick up? Because you were just talking about healing and stuff like that. Is there any way that, I don't know what your gold situation is, anybody able to pick up a couple of potions of healing?
I think we accidentally dropped one.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Luca to come back too.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
You first.
No, please. I insist.
Kale has enough to get a standard 2 potions that he always gets to replenish those he uses up.
Yeah, you're pointed out to a place where you can pick them up.
Okay.
So Luca, everybody's just kind of Kale just went and grabbed 2 potions of healing for himself. If anybody else wants some, they are available here in town.
Is it just like standard book prices
I've got
for
a couple, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah, just standard book pricing.
I can't afford anything, unfortunately. Not anything useful, anyways.
Okay. All right. So with that in mind, as you cross from the cultivated outskirts of Scarlet Haven into the deeper wilds of the Grove, the air grows heavier. There is definitely magic in the air, though. The trees all seem to lean closer. Their crimson leaves whispering wordless warnings as you pass. Not threats, just that sound. You get that feeling as you're walking that maybe to be careful. Paths that once seemed clear now strangely twist very subtly, but they twist almost in on themselves unnaturally at a few spots. Branches shift above you, and even your shadows stretch in different directions when the sun casts its way through the canopy of trees. The forest seems to be resisting. There are a few things that you can do as you're going through, and this is a group challenge to go through. So you basically have to get 3 successes before 2 failures. Each player can only contribute 1 primary check unless otherwise specified. Of each, like, you know what I mean, that there's a certain things that you can do. So, like, for example, if it's survival, only 1 player can choose survival.
Sure.
You can't have multiple players and so on. But there are multiple things you can do. Looking around and surveying the forest as you're walking, survival might come in handy. Arcana, maybe performance or persuasion, because you guys do know, or Luca, you know specifically that there are fae within these woods that may be listening or watching. You can do an insight to find out what's kind of maybe going on with the woods, or an athletics. So you guys tell me what you're going to choose. Kale, what are you out of those? Survival, Arcana, Performance, Persuasion, Insight?
Arcana.
Okay, so you're going to do an Arcana. So roll me an Arcana check.
And that's a 15.
Okay, that's exactly what you needed. That is to interpret the strange magical patterns that are in the air and on the ground that you're starting to notice as you're walking, and you're really tuning yourself into the arcane energy that's in these woods, and you're starting to see these patterns. They're not like obvious, like they're not markings, they're not like handwriting or anything like that. There's just patterns, magical patterns that are in places that you're going through. And with that roll, you realize time and direction are warping very slightly. You've pinpointed that. So, Notfin, what are you choosing to do? You're muted, I think. Or your mic's gone off again. Yeah. Your mic's off. It cut out on you again.
No, it's. I don't know.
There you
why
are.
I'm doing that. It keeps resetting the microphone to the default setting, which is not at all what I want. Anyways, so I get the sense that the forest is kind of anxious and is hesitant about allowing us entry. Is essentially that's what I'm getting?
Yeah, it seems like it's resisting. Like you don't have that arcane sense that Kale picked up, but all three of you have that sense that the forest is kind of resisting.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my performance, and I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to create the sound of a peaceful glade.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm going to do like a kind of a Tai Chi ballet kind of deal. And it almost looks like I'm moving the sound. Yeah. Like it looks like moving the sound around and kind of creating an atmosphere of relaxing nature. Hopefully, anyways.
As you try to calm the grove by singing and dancing in resonance with the forest.
21. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. The leaves shimmer, and ever so gently, and a narrow path opens up ahead. There's still some resistance there, but you now see, rather than these kind of twisting paths that don't make sense all the time, you and you're the only one that sees this, a clear path moving forward.
Meanwhile, Kale would update everybody about what he. Oh, sorry.
Okay, we'll get to that. We got to go through everybody's thing first. So, Kale, Luca, what are you choosing to use?
I can do survival, and I rolled a 19, so that's a 25 total.
Sorry?
25 total.
25. Very nice. So what you were doing is you're kind of walking along with everybody else, and everybody's kind of focusing on their own things, and you start to focus on this energy, this kind of this magical energy, which you can sense Etherbloom energy as well, like as a layer. It's part of it. This energy, though, is older than the Etherbloom energy that's in this world. I'm not saying that it's older than the Etherbloom. It's just the energy itself is. And you are starting to see these natural trail signs throughout the grove as you go. You find broken petals and even hoof marks from a whisper elk, which is said to be a good, as you know, that's a good omen. If you find hoof marks from a whisper elk, because they very rarely leave any trace behind. So as the three of you have done this, and you share, well, Kale, you said you're sharing information. Everybody else sharing what they found.
Yeah. I'll point out with my stick.
Hey, there's a path over there.
Okay, so you point out the path, Luca. You pointing out the trail, like the markers
Pointing
and
up the
stuff.
trail, yes, and mentioning that there's a touch of Etherbloom, a hint of the magic of Etherbloom to this, but there's something else too. Very old. That's what
So
they
as you
did.
guys continued the walk, and the young lad was just as disorientated as you were at that moment, until you kind of point out the oppressive tension of the grove lifts just for a moment as the land ahead dips sharply and mist coils from a basin below. Your breath comes easier, but the hairs on your arms rise as you're doing that, and it just seems like it's let you in. And you're definitely kind of moving down now into a hollow. And the young elf looks at you and he says, "This is Whisper Deep Hollow."
What can you
You
tell
do.
us? Sorry, what can you tell us about this place?
Well, the inhabitants, they're here. They may not show themselves, but they're here, and their homes are here. But they are one with the Grove. Luca, you know from your experience in this region before that a lot of element folk do live up in this region, along with Fae, throughout these woods, and they have made this their home. You guys didn't get a single failure for that, so I will do. You all get a +1 to any roll during this session as a Grove favor.
Nice.
So if any one roll, you can have a +1 to it.
Okay.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Okay.
So, and would we also
Yep.
know, Luca know, since she went with the group that found the Prime Gate, would she know that we're close or not close to the Prime Gate area where it was?
You're probably about 3 hours from the Prime Gate.
Okay.
That's where we're headed?
No, we just can't help
This is where you're
wondering
headed.
if it's
You've
related at
arrived
all.
at the-
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Gotcha.
Yeah, Whisper Deep Hollow, even though it's actually at the northern end of the woods,
Mhm.
is said to be. Some people say it's the heart of the Grove,
Okay.
but it's not the center of the Grove. The center of the Grove is pretty much where the Prime Gate is.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you guys have endured the magic and the illusions of the forest, and you arrive at the very brink of the hollow. It's a sunken glade, and you can feel that tinge, like the hair. As I said, the hairs on your arms standing up. Yes, Kale, you had a question.
I would like to ask if Luca is wearing armor, because if not, I'm going to cast something to help her out.
No, I'm good. Leather armor, and I have my own armor spell that I do.
Okay, if you're wearing armor, I can't cast a spell on you. So I'll just cast a spell on myself. Kale's going to cast mage armor on himself, just in case things get hairy, and I have 8 hours on the spell, so...
Yeah. The mist part to reveal a shallow crater as you're moving down into the hollow. It's ringed with withered crimson trees. And I mean like withered as in they were full grown, but that now they're just like shriveled up. Like really small versions of the massive trees that they normally are.
Okay.
The ground below it, like in the middle of this crater, seems to be pulsing faintly as if it's alive. At the basin's very center, a jagged fissure splits the earth. Its interior glows with mirror sheen, violet, and arcs of bluish light that flicker like lightning trapped in water. Above it hangs a shimmer in the air, an after image of someone kneeling, head bowed, vanishing and reappearing every few seconds. Lewis grips the staff he's got and that whatever it was he was holding in his hand earlier a little tighter, and he says, it's worse than the dreams. The echoes already formed. We have little time.
Well, we're
What are you
here.
guys doing at this point as you're
What
seeing
can we
take over?
do?
Well, he's kind of like, he's young. Maybe well, whoever's good at the magic, he points at Kale, because again, you seem to have spotted some stuff, and if you're good with nature, I mean, you could always try and maybe figure out what the emotions behind this is. Like, what's going on? Is it hostile? Does it mean us harm? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I can certainly check that if you wish.
You have one at this point. You have three. You need 3 successes to stabilize the vein from where it is right now, from where this is. You can do an Arcana, insight, obviously. Again, persuasion or performance, religion or nature. And yeah, that would be it. So you get 4 options, but you need
I will
3.
do the Arcana because I get a +5 to that thing. And that's a 23.
Okay. You trace the emotional echo sustaining the surge. You're centering in on an emotion. You're not sure what it is yet, but you're tracing it. Anybody else?
I rolled a 14 total for nature, if that's enough, or I could use the +1 if it's not quite enough.
14 on nature.
Plus, I could do
calms-
that +1 favor.
You
If need
calm a surge, and you grant advantage on the next roll.
Okay.
So that would be you, Noxon. You're the only one that hasn't rolled yet, so you get advantage on whatever you choose.
Okay. I'll go with religion. I'm half decent at that. And I'm just gonna try to commune with the gods, the storm gods, and see if they know anything about this, or what have you.
It's more a nature religion type of thing you're getting, but I mean, you start to sense what Kale was as well, that you're kind of tracing an emotional echo. If it makes any sense, it's like an echo of emotion, and it centers around grief and guilt.
Well, with advantage, I rolled a fabulous 10, which is awesome. That's probably passes, right? That probably totally passes. Oh, Jesus, with advantage, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really release all of the secrets to you.
That's fair.
So,
sorry, guys.
After doing that again, you're looking around. You're trying to take it all in. The shimmer itself that you've seen above seems to congeal into a form, a ghostly elven figure, armor cracked, lips trembling, with unsaid words. His voice echoes in your mind. Through the fissure and the trees, I failed them. I should have died with them, but I couldn't leave her alone. His gaze lifts to yours, burning with fractured purpose. One of you must take it, or stay in my place. My goodness, 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. Did it.
So we figured out that this is a vision from the past that we're seeing.
You don't know.
We don't.
Past,
Huh.
present, future. It is a vision, though.
He said one
You
of
can
us
still feel that pulsing. The vein isn't stable. It's still moving. It's still twisting. It's still.
He said one of us. Okay, can you repeat what he said?
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to make sure.
I failed them. I should have died with them, but I couldn't leave her alone. And as he looks up at you, burning with this purpose that doesn't quite make sense, one of you must take it or stay in my place.
Take it. What is it?
That's just what we must find out.
Yeah, that's what confused me, that bit. One of you must take it or stay in. Does it look like he's when the image pops up, kind of like flickers or whatever? Does it look like he's reaching for something, or
Nope.
What kind of
When he
position?
first walked up, there was that image of someone kneeling, and it looked like they were praying, and it was fading in and out the vision.
Okay.
Well, this is that vision, except more filled out.
Okay, so but it looks like he's like kneeling and praying. You said.
It's like he's kneeling in a prayer. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's take it.
As you guys are kind of observing, the image fades away, and the shimmer ripples violently in the air. From the mirror-slick surface below, you see a spectral figure pull free. Elven, translucent, wrapped in tattered cloak of a grove keeper's green. The hilt of a broken blade protrudes from his side. Where his eyes should be, there are hollow lights of sorrow and flame. You came too late, he whispers, but the sound is a chorus, overlapping versions of himself, trapped in looping pain. I was the last. She waited for me, and I never returned. I must finish it. One of you must stay, or I will forever. Lewis gasps and steps back. That's Thamior. One of the groves lost.
Somebody you have worked with that was recently lost?
Thamior was lost hundreds of years ago.
Oh. Okay, Thamir, you can stay. It seems like you've been there for a while already anyway.
This individual, I don't know if you guys have, I'm going to share my screen here.
Okay,
We're going to share the this one. It's not quite the most accurate map, but it'll do the trick. And that would be.
What has happened?
Where did that go? What do you mean, what has happened? You're in trouble. That's what happened.
What did
Are
you
we
do, KL?
Are we boned?
No, probably not.
The orb says you can count on it.
Uh-oh. Make a new character, KL.
All right, so I have loaded up the screen there. Let's just say this is where the thing is, but it's not that big. That's kind of big. Ooh, it's warm. We're gonna make it a little.
He's a small guy.
Itty bitty.
Yeah. Well, that's actually normal size. I'm using redacted for your character, Knockfin, because
Yeah, that's
Don't
fair.
have-
Yeah. I don't think I actually have a proper picture for him. I have to make one, but
So you guys are kind of gathered around this, maybe not that quite close, but spread out a little bit as this thing is there, and it starts to rise up from the crater in the ground, like flying, hovering up in the air till it gets to ground level. Are you guys doing anything as it's rising up?
What's rising up?
The echo.
Oh,
do I get the sense that it is hostile?
Maybe an insight check.
Yeah, I will do that. Because that will determine what I do. No, that's not bad. 17?
Okay, it's definitely looks like it's agitated and hostile.
Well, shit. I would like to take a few steps back, if that's possible.
Yep.
I'm not much of a frontline fighter, and it looks like this one here is rocking to get a messer. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It looks like he's ready to throw fists.
yes. Does.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. And anybody else? Like Luca, are you doing anything while it's rising up from the crater?
Not while it's rising up, but if you were looking at Luca, you might see her hair moving a little unnaturally, and she nods, looking up in the air.
Okay.
As well, maybe you won't see this because she's sending her familiar up off of her shoulder where it's been invisibly perched
Okay.
and is flying now
Alrighty, sounds good. Kale?
nearby.
Kale will try to talk this thing down. He goes, "There is no need to fight.
Okay.
If you wish to be spared harm, I recommend you stay your hand."
Okay. With that, everybody make me an initiative roll, please.
Come on, D&D bound. Don't let me down. Ooh, actually, that's good. Holy jeez.
Ooh, I rolled 19. Great.
That's some good
That's
rolls.
5.
22. I'll wait
Fails
for
the
him to
5.
ask.
Yep, Kale's initiative is slow.
Knock.
21.
21. And Luca?
22 total.
Okay. So, top of the round. Luca, what are you doing?
Kick some butt.
I, not knowing what's going on, will cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
Okay, lasts for an hour.
So you've cast Armor of Agathis.
Yes.
All right, not a problem. And is that your turn?
Yes.
My
My familiar takes no action yet.
You're the only one that knows it's hostile.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I've kind of mentioned that it looks like it wants to fight, but I don't know what I want to do yet. I'm going to cast Mirror Image. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll cast Mirror Image. So now there are technically 4 of me. We're all like, I'm gonna.
Are you putting them in just different spots?
No, they're all like spread out beside. It's like I'm standing there, and they like
Okay.
step out from inside me to either side. Kind of cool, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've cast mirror image. Kale, what are you doing?
Huh.
All it's done is it's floated up at level.
Yeah. So
Concerned.
Kale is going to try to follow suit with whatchamacallit, Nakfin, and try to dissuade him from attacking by casting mirror image on himself.
Okay, so same thing for you.
Luca grins at now we have all these extra images of her friends.
We have an army.
You seem outnumbered now, friend.
Okay. We'll start off with Luca. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh dear. What have we done?
We were trying to
Um,
convince him not to fight.
Oh, well,
oh, that's a
yeah.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
So you are fine. You don't notice anything other than it's there. It's not taking an action yet. And Kale, make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's
Nat 1.
Okay. Roll me D4, Kale.
Fair enough. 3.
You're looking at it, and you're. By the way, is mirror image concentration?
Let me double check.
Just want to know.
Duration 1 minute, it just says.
Okay, so it's
No,
not.
it's not.
All right. That's not a problem, but you're getting a memory, like you're it's almost like you're remembering things, but then all of a sudden you're remembering everything all at once, and you're just a little disoriented at the moment. You get disadvantage on your next saving throw.
Yeah, his eyes are just wide. He's like, ugh.
Okay, now with that, and you are the biggest of the bunch, correct? How
Yes.
big is Knockman?
Technically he's only about like 5 foot, but that's only because he's like really, really hunched over. He's probably about 5'6".
Okay. All right. So what ends up happening? As your mind is flooded, Kale, with all these memories, and you're overloaded, you guys see it disappear from where he is, where it's floating, and reappear right about here. And I need you, Kale, to make me a saving throw at disadvantage. It's charisma save.
Oof. That went from bad to worse. That went from 9 to 5.
Okay. You are stunned until the end of your next turn as the flood of emotional memories just surge through you.
He's just holding his head like, oh.
Okay, top of the round. Luca, that's you.
That's not very nice.
Okay, so it seems like it's obvious this thing has done some sort of attack. Or made stopped Kale at least. I can see he's kind of dazed. Right?
Yeah.
Are you there? Okay. So
Did we drop it? I think she dropped.
Yeah,
That is bad timing.
it's okay. We'll wait a few minutes.
Am I signing?
I'm kind of shortening bits and pieces of this adventure because I am not I'm not feeling all very good all of a sudden.
That's fine. Yeah.
I don't know what the heck. But that's
What's
fine.
happening?
Pushing forward best we can.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. She back.
Yes, my apologies. I don't know what reason it just randomly cut out there.
Okay, you're good.
So I was saying, it's obvious that something's happened to Kale because he stopped moving.
Yeah, he's acting all weird.
Kind of holding his head.
Yeah. So I'm going to try something back at it and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
So he needs to make me a wisdom saving throw.
First. Where is he?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Saving throw. 13.
Ah, that's a fail.
Okay.
Fail. And I rolled.
What does Dissonant Whispers do again?
I rolled 17.
17.
17 psychic damage.
Okay.
And it must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from Luca.
Perfect. I
Okay.
could not
So,
be more perfect.
you said 17 damage?
Yep, I rolled really well.
Oh, amazing. Because that's
Shock, shock.
that's a move for me.
Okay. And it's got to move its full round, its full movement away from you, you said?
Yes, yep. It uses its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from you. So it moves its speed away.
That's amazing. That's perfect. Come on down, friend. I got a prize for you.
Come to Papa.
And that's my turn.
Okay. It's your turn, and then we go to Knockfin. You're up.
Alrighty. Knockfin's gonna eat. This is creepy. He's facing towards Luca right now, but all of his mirror images are gonna very slowly turn around. It's creepy and really weird and eerie, and all four of them are gonna breathe in really, really deep, and I'm gonna cast Rhyme's Binding Ice. He's gonna essentially blow out like cold, freezing, frigid, cold air, hopefully, and I need the guy to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution save. Okay. And that's a fail.
Hey, fabulous. So he takes a lot of cold damage. 3d8 cold damage, and he is hindered by ice formations for a minute until another creature within reach uses its action to break away the ice. His speed is reduced to 0.
Okay.
So
I will. We'll go by.
He takes 12 cold damage.
Okay. He's not. It stops moving. You see this cold, icy mist form around this figure, but then all of a sudden, the icy mist just kind of vaporizes. Like doesn't seem to stick to him. So he's not moving. So we're gonna say that that's part of the spell works, but the cold damage part seems to be immune to it completely.
Oh wow, okay. That sucks. Okay. Good to know.
Okay. But it is not moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
How far can I move? I'm going to move 20 feet back towards Luca. All four of my guys.
Do they follow you? The images?
Yeah, I believe they do. Shifting its pause. Yes, it says the three appear until the spell ends. The duplicates move with you and mimic your actions, shifting position so it's impossible to track which image is real. I back. It's like they're doing exactly the same. They're literally an echo of me.
Okay,
and that's my point.
Kale, your head hurts a little bit, but you're up. You're not confused anymore.
Okay. Bad guy's over there.
Yep.
Is he backing off or is he still hostile?
Well, it looks like he was moving away from Luca, and now he's stopped at the moment.
I made him stop. He can't go nowhere. I'm sneaky like that.
Okay. He's going to hold a chromatic orb just in case.
Okay. So you're holding it at the ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready an action, basically.
And he can't move. All right. So, how long does Dissonant Whispers last for Luca? For him moving away? Luca?
Let me see.
He can use an action to free himself from the ice.
You whispers for a moment. Which creature of choice can hear? Right, terrible pain. Failed save. Submission to move fires. I don't know. It doesn't really say.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just until the end of the round or what it was for Dissonant Whispers.
Somebody can look that up.
Yeah, I'm just doing that now. It looks like it's just its reaction, so I don't imagine that it lasts. It is instantaneous, so it doesn't.
Okay, so it just moves away that moment, and then he starts flying.
Right. That's how I read it.
All right. He can't right now. He doesn't seem to be moving. However, its ability didn't recharge, so he can't use that. So. But other than that, it is now back to the top of the round. We are back up to Luca. It's your turn.
Oh, that's a great.
Okay.
Sit for a round.
So let's see.
A lot of damage too.
Let's just see what a Eldritch Blast attack will do.
You read my mind.
So 2 beams of crackling energy streak toward him from Luca's outstretched hand.
Okay.
I'm rolling for the first. Rolled a 17, so it's definitely going to hit because I have a +7 on that.
Nice.
That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
What I confirmed?
Hold on.
Why I'm good? What I was holding my action for?
Separate attack roll for each beam.
Yep.
Second one, hey, I rolled the exact same. How weird. So that's also 24. They both are 24 to hit.
Damn, nice.
Yep, they both hit.
So first one does 11 damage. The second one does 11 damage.
Nice. All right.
Can I do my held action now?
Yes.
I am throwing the lightning chromatic orb at the creature.
Okay. You throw it at the creature.
What was your trigger for you were holding it for?
I was confirming to see if we were still attacking it.
Oh, okay.
I was basically like, are we still attacking this? Okay, we are. Now it's time to shatter it. Okay.
What kind of damage did you make your chromatic orb?
Lightning.
Ooh.
Okay. So it's okay. It's my spell. What you call it? Spell attack bonus. So that was an 18 plus 5, 23 again.
And it hits.
That's my number today, apparently. All right. How much damage does it do again? 3d8 damage. Okay, where's the 8? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. 14 lightning damage.
Okay, so it takes 7. Okay, and that was Kale.
Do I notice it didn't take as much damage from that as I would expect?
Make me a medicine check.
Medicine check with Kale. Let's see.
Well, that's not good.
That's a 17.
It doesn't look like it had full effect.
Okay, he just goes, noted. I'm not going to cast lightning on you again.
Okay, so that was on Luke's turn. So Knockfin, you're up.
Well, I don't know much of a choice other than lightning, because the only other thing I got is cold. So I'll cast Switchbolt. And I'll use my... Oh, wow. I'm going to assume that an 8 misses.
Misses? Yeah, it's 15 armor class.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Okay. Kale, you're
that's
up.
my turn.
All right.
Jeez. Yeah, I said not Onyx. That's okay.
What am I going to cast this time on this poor bastard? Chromatic Orb again. Let's see what the lottery says this time on the damage. Acid.
Okay.
And that's a 15 to hit.
It hits. Meets it, beats it.
Ooh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 16 damage this time.
So it takes 8.
Okay.
Also resistant to acid.
I'm going to roll to see if I the medicine check again, just in case.
Go ahead.
That's a 16.
Yep, you can tell it's not. That didn't have full effect either.
He goes, acid. Don't do acid either, huh?
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. So on his turn, boom.
5.
So as it comes close, a few things happen. First of all, Knockfin and Kale, I need you guys both to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Nat 20.
Okay.
So, hold on.
Oh, wait. I'm at disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Thank you for reminding me.
15.
And 15 for Knockfin?
16.
16? Okay. So you
I
saved.
went
You're
from
fine.
nat 20 to nat 1.
Okay. So, Kale, make me a D4 roll, please.
Your character's gonna die.
A 2.
Oh, it's better than no
2?
one.
As you're looking on, and he all of a sudden, like, he vanishes where he was, and it just literally reappears, like, within 10 feet of you guys. You're not affected by this at all, Knockfin. However, Kale, as you're looking at this thing, you hear your own voice screaming in agony and torment and pain in your ears, screaming and screaming. You must use your movement to retreat away from him at half speed.
Okay. So you see the army of chaos just retreating from this thing.
Okay, now that was just from his movement there. Let's get. I guess half speed. You're not moving that far away from him, so. Okay, and then the other part of it was.
Chaos just like,
No.
oh, get away from me!
Okay, never mind. It only gets to one of the two options that he gets to do, and that's it. So top of the round, Luca, you're up.
All right, I'll Eldritch Blast him again. 16 on the first one,
Hits.
and 26 on the second one to hit.
And hits.
Okay, so I will take 1d10 plus 4. That is 11 damage and 6 damage.
So 17 in total.
Yes.
Okay, it's still up. But it's definitely looking the worst for wear. Like it's more translucent now or transparent now than it was. As you guys are fighting it. So that was you, not Finn. You are up.
I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken Witch Bolt so that I can cast it as a bonus action. Do that right now, just before I do what else I wanted to do. Come on, baby. That's much better. 21 to hit.
That hits.
That's much better. For 8 lightning damage. And then I'm going to use my action to disengage and move to either side of Luca. So I'll have 2 of me on one side and 2 on the other side.
Okay, so you're kind of doing this.
Yep. We're a chorus line now. And that's my turn.
Okay, Kale. It was only until the end of the turn, so you've moved away. You're just now you kind of caught yourself. You moved away.
Okay, frustrating. He throws a third chromatic orb at this thing. 21 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that hits. And what's the damage type?
Do not do cold. Don't do cold. For the love of God, don't do cold.
Poison.
Okay.
All right. Let's do the damage roll. 7. 11. 13 damage.
Okay. It's still standing.
Did that actually do proper damage?
Roll me medicine check.
$21.
Nope. Did no damage.
Ooh.
Definitely don't do poison. This is getting frustrating. He's just vocalizing what not to do.
Half damage is still damage, baby.
Hey, that did no damage this time.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Find something that does damage and stick with it.
And is it going to be able to do that?
I got 3 more options.
I do not.
I'm just not there to do cold because you already told me that's not a good idea.
Cold is useless.
Swipes with its hand at Luca. 16 to hit.
Getting aggressive.
16 to hit. Just meets it.
Just meets it. So meets it, beats it. Okay. It is. 3, 5, 9,
That's a lot of night.
17 necrotic damage
Yikes.
and a charisma saving throw.
Good lord.
Well, then.
By the way, I would say that he takes 15 cold damage, but I don't think it's going to do any harm to him. As he triggers Armor of Agathis by hitting me.
Yeah, cold damage does nothing.
Damn, that sucks.
And you notice that being up close when he comes to you, you see that frost kind of trigger and nothing.
That's unfortunate.
How was your saving throw?
19.
Nice.
Okay, you're fine. Just some memories from the past. Just kind of, you find yourself thinking about them for a second and kind of push the thoughts back in a way with that. And then go to the top round. Luca, it's back to you.
Okay. Well, she whips out her shadow, since he's right there next to her, right?
Yep.
Her shadow bane dagger, and makes an attack with booming blade.
Okay.
So there's thunder.
Okay. Melee attack. Nat
That's-
20.
Nice.
So I definitely hit him.
Okay, what type of damage is it?
The target suffers the weapon's attack normal effect and then becomes sheathed in booming energy until the start of my next turn.
So thunder?
Wait a minute.
No, it does normal melee weapon
At
attack.
5th level, they take the normal one attack and plus an extra 1d8 thunder damage.
Nice.
So they are going to take some thunder damage. And that will be 7 points of thunder damage. Let me see what the dagger
So that's 3.
does. Dagger plus 1. Is he undead? Is the shadow bane
Yeah, you
dagger
could say that.
adds an extra d4 if it's an undead.
Okay.
Damage.
So 1d.
Not dead.
Where's my d4? So that's 1, 2, 3.
Now, was
4,
that just
5,
normal
6,
D4 extra damage, or
7,
was it?
8, 9, 10. 10 is from the Shadow Bane dagger, plus 1.
And there's no necrotic in there?
No.
Okay. All right.
10
So
damage from the dagger. And
you
then plus what I said for the booming thunder.
Yep. As that final strike lands, the echo stumbles. Instead of screaming or collapsing, it just kind of looks you in the eye and sighs. I remember now. She lit a lantern for me every year. Tell her it burned bright. The wraith collapses into a silver mist.
Damn, a little wraith.
As the echo fades, the mirror vein itself, like that throbbing that you see in the shimmer down below, seems to start to stabilize. And Lewith kind of whispers, "It seems it's done. You've done it, but did he know that his beloved would have been dead long ago?" He seems to be almost distraught over the thought of this, like it's bothering this young elf.
He has no clue what the current time was for us or what time has passed for him, wherever he was trapped in.
The forest itself almost feels like where you are. You're kind of in this hollow, and it's kind of like it's holding its breath and then exhales softly. The air grows a little warmer. The mist lifts from the basin. The crack at the center of the vein glows one final time, not with threat, but with a memory. Petal-shaped glyph appears at the edge, pulsing gently. You see, actually, you guys can make me a perception check. You can all make a perception check.
Luca would also point out that since the wraith appeared to be of an elf, that no, his beloved might not be past.
Yeah.
You said this was 100 some years ago. You didn't say it was 1,000 years ago.
It's hundreds.
Uh,
So
all
who
the-
knows? At least if there was any descendants, there might be memory.
7 for me.
Sorry,
7 for me.
7
What are we rolling again?
Perception.
perception.
Oh, perception is my good one.
My mirror image will fade as my echoes kind of step into me, and I become one again.
Same with Kale.
24 for the perception roll.
Okay, you see them, and what about you, Kale?
7.
Okay, you don't see them. Luca, as you're standing there, and this is all going on, and as I said, the forest just seems to take a breath. And it just seems like there's a memory and something else, and this glyph appears pulsing gently. But in the outskirts, you're pretty sure you make out what looks like houses or residents amongst the actual dirt, amongst the roots, amongst the trees, amongst the bushes. And you see smaller individuals, the element folk. You are definitely seeing a few of them around, and seeing some fae as well, just at the outskirts of your vision.
Okay. Luca would bow to each she sees and say, the glade is safe now. Hopefully this memory vein will not try to resurface again.
Well, the echo has faded into those threads of silver light and into the mist. And it seems to have been drawn back into the mirror vein itself. There's a humming coming from the vein that it's flowing. The petals begin to fall from nearby flowers. No longer tense with energy, just naturally, like not withering away or anything else. But the land just seems to be returning to its normal form. There is, as you turn, however, a single crack that you notice in this shimmering silver vein in the ground. It's like almost like an island fluttering in its. What are you doing?
Now this is down within the ground in the fissure.
Yep, they're in that hollow in the middle. So right in this area, you see it. The vein is in the ground, and you see the echo that was Theomore go back into the vein, but there's still this faint little small crack that is pulsing like an eyelid.
Nuck, perhaps you might try your ice spell and seal this rift with ice.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. Sure, why not? I'll try. Can I cast Ray of Frost on it
Yep, you can.
in an attempt to kind of seal it with ice? Although
Okay.
it only does cold damage, it doesn't really create ice, though.
Well, I thought Rhymes Binding Ice did.
No, I can't. I don't have any more spell slots for that.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately. And it only lasts a minute, anyways. So, can I go investigate this crack a little bit closer?
Yeah, you can.
Let's see if I can figure out. See if I can figure out what's causing it. Or...
Well, you get down there and you get a closer look, and you can definitely feel the magical energy once you're down in the crater, for sure. As you're down there looking at it, examining, it's almost like what looked like smooth, shimmering silver actually has a texture to it. It's very bark-like, and yet there's this crack, and it's as I said, it's like almost like an eyelid that flutters every now and again.
I don't really know what to do.
I am not a druid.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't really have any ideas.
Kale, anything?
Yeah, I'm out of ideas myself.
Like, I don't have any repairing magic or any healing magic or anything like that. Or
Well, I'm going to give you guys. There was another way of doing it, but I'm going to give you guys another option. There are. I need 3 successes before we get to 2 failures. You have a choice of Arcana, Nature. It's Nature or Religion, Performance or Persuasion.
I'll do Arcana. I'm supposed to be good at this, but I got an 8.
Okay, so you failed.
can I use my +1 for a 12?
You're going to give it to yourself, you mean?
Yeah. We have the +1 on one roll.
Okay, so which one are you going to take? Performance or Persuasion or Nature and Religion?
Religion.
Okay. And that gives you you said 12?
Yeah. It's not great.
Okay, that's... I need you all
I have a
to
good
make
nature check.
I need you all to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, but I think we just got 2 failures, though.
Yep.
You did? Oh, no.
Yeah. That was not a great roll. Oh, 30-20. That's good.
Okay.
Figures I get that now.
18.
Okay.
And
13.
you made an 18, Luca?
Yep.
Kale?
13.
And Kale, you take 8 points of force damage. You all got thrown back as this force just erupts from the vein. It seems to almost like glaze over a little bit as you guys were trying to figure out a way of maybe going about it somewhere different, maybe using nature to your advantage or using the Arcana in the air. You're chanting and weaving and trying to anchor this final thread to it, and it doesn't seem to be closing at this point.
I rolled a 23.
Just reading something here. 1 second, guys. It does start to sink beneath the ground again, but it's definitely not healed. You can still see that fracture in this vein, but it is self-burying itself, is what you are noticing. And Lewis kind of gazes down into the crater at this. Well, it's not sealed, but it's definitely a marked vein. And he sets his staff down in the soil beside it. He'll be remembered here, and the forest will carry his name. I will return with the circle. But you have done what even elders feared to try. that he had, obviously he looks out at the village that's here of the folk that are here, that they didn't even want to mess with this. But you've managed to, you guys know yourselves that you did not fix the problem 100%. You kind of put a Band-Aid on it. But as he said, he's going to return with the circle himself once they get here. But for now, things are okay.
Okay, well, that's something at least.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
we definitely have to get the druids here and fix this. Totally.
this could be now.
did
We are
something.
going to, as I said, I kind of cut a few parts out of this because I
No,
want
that's
to shorten. My stomach's not quite there. We're only 15 minutes early anyway, but we did get a late start. But regardless, there is that's 300, that's 1,500, so that's 1,800 and 20, 23, 2,400 experience points divided by 3. So.
How much?
2,400.
2,400?
That's 800.
Yeah, 800. Okay.
How far was I for Kale?
So 800 experience points each.
Yes.
So there may be a future adventure that comes of this. It'll be another mini adventure in the future. It may not be directly part 2 of this or anything like that, but it will be probably stemming from this in one way or another. But this was the Crimson the Crimson Vein. Yeah, just wanted to make sure I covered everything. He does. Lewis gives you something.
Oh.
That pendant that he was holding at the very beginning, that I mentioned, that he was holding up. He hands it over, and it is. He explains it's the dream root pendant. It's the only one that he could carry without activating power. It does have there's a magic in it that can be used. By the way, you will find this out as you take this and get it, checked out. It can be used to stabilize single wild surges and such, and magic near pain. But he didn't know that. So you guys are given that, and I think it does have an ability to it too. I'm just trying to find where I wrote it. I know I wrote it down here somewhere.
Dream root tree pendant?
It's a dream root pendant. Yeah. Okay. So you guys can write it out as a reaction. It's one time use item, but as a reaction, you can suppress any one wild magic surge or stabilize any one arcane zone.
Oh, nice.
Stabilizing one arcane what?
Zone, region, area. Like the vein, for example. And because you treated Lewis well and with compassion, you guys can each write on your character sheet. You have +1 favor with the Grove bound circle.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you got some reputation with them.
Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty. So again, let me pull this up. Thank you again. I'm going to stop this. Thank you very much for taking part and playing. Those of you out there watching, thank you for watching and bearing with us through this little bit of a mix and match mess we have. We always seem to have something either go wrong or what have you. But normally these sessions generally, and I always like to let people know, they're an hour and a half to 2.5 hours in length. They're made up of members of our Discord community, which anybody can be part of. I would encourage anybody who likes D&D or likes role-playing games, become part of the community. Even if it's just to watch us and watch us be silly and play in the Discord or take part in these one-shots, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Ongoing campaigns coming up and so on. There's lots of things going on. So again, I really encourage that from anybody watching.
Come join us.
I missed Silver. I did miss somebody from. We actually had a response from Kick, and I apologize. Silver Mai, I think that's how you pronounce it. She said she'd love to join our live streams whenever we're streaming. Add her on Discord. So I will possibly do that. That could mean a new player for us, which would be kind of fun. Because again, this was really meant for 4 players. I kind of did cut a big chunk out of the one middle part, but it's okay. It's bound to happen. We do have coming up this week, this Saturday, we are going to be doing Into the Depths. So anybody who has signed up for that, be ready for it. I know last week was supposed to be with Lorelei's adventure, but it had to be canceled. So I'm going to just run with mine this week so we can just get it back on track and do it every 2 weeks like we're supposed to. And then following that, I think I did create an event for a Discord event that is coming up. That Discord event will be the opening of Season 3 in the Discord and the opening of the new channels.
Sweet.
So just so people know that that's what's coming there. And then that very week, the 20th, so the Thursday following that Sunday is the very first episode of Southern Expanse. And then probably 2 weeks of Southern Expanse, and then the ship will be able to interact in Kelpwood with the members of the community in the Discord for the first time at that point. So
That's exciting.
This is all coming up. This is all going on, as we move forward. So again, I encourage everybody to please give us a like, give us a follow. We really appreciate all the support and the friendship. And for you guys, I will see you all in the Discord. And let's create some havoc and some chaos going forward, and we'll have some fun. I'm really looking forward to opening the new channels because I think you guys are going to get a kick out of some of the some of you already have taken sneak peeks. I know Luca might have taken a sneak peek into some of those channels, but I mean they have access. The members of the Southern Expanse crew can actually see into the channels already, so but it'll be there for everybody to take a peek at. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot again, and everybody's got their experience. You guys can decide who's getting the pendant, so you guys can discuss that amongst yourselves at some point, and we'll go forward from there.
Sounds good.
Okay, Jack's always got weird shit.
You're a weird guy, Jack.
Bye.
Bye for now, guys.
Bye,
See you next time.
Okay. Well, all right. Bye.
Adios.